Hello learners. Today is the second topic for our course Basics of Digital Marketing. Today we are going to learn the difference between the traditional and digital marketing. As you all know, that traditional marketing consists of those things which are mainly constitutes of print media, electronic media and other channels which are used in the past. As you can know, that evolution of marketing can be understood by the evolution of advertising. And advertising, as you all know, it is a part of activity which deals with giving the information to the public. Uh, the history of advertisements, as we all know, it started in La Presse, and as we can see that the advertising revenue that has been generated over a period of time has been greatly seen as a benchmark for of making the things easier for us to understand the development of the press and the newspaper prices are as well denotes the advertisements. If we see the evolution of mm, advertising from the point of view of the newspapers, we can see that in the early 1900s, uh, the the use of transistor, or you can call it as the radio in the broader terms, provide the basic information because it was easy to use that thing and it doesn't require much of the setup. The primitive radios consist of large box of speakers which were run on the acquired modulation, which is AM, and nowadays it is being known as FMs, the frequency modulations. But when it comes to the development of advertising, we can say that in the late 1900s, the coming of the TV has provided we can say a paradigm shift in terms of Mm, in terms of this development of TV, and the coming of satellite channels also provided a provided also benchmark for this thing. And with the onset of this satellite channel, the communication channel, the communication channels, the mm, the competition between the companies has all started between that, and with with the rising of this competition, and with the use of latest technology, and with the TV, if it is in comparison to radio doesn't use different channels, different visuals. Radio only uses the voices, but as compared to the TV, it is more of a visual display. So making the ads on the visual display is much more captivating. So uh, when the satellite channels came into the foray, and with the coming of the modern means of editing and other things, the advertising has gone to a new start. Coming on to the next stage of advertising, traditional advertising, is the is through the is through the coming of smartphones. The smartphones always provided a base for making the things easier for the consumers, because as for the consumer, it is largely based on the fact that smartphone users have the capacity and the usability of making the things easier. The smartphones have users to reach to their content uh, as to their likings. Uh, uh, if we can say that the if we can so the focus on advertising things, we can say that the production part of making anything is come to the next stage of the cost of production, and it comes to the mass production. And when it comes to the matter of traditional marketing, it focuses on customer or marketer. Customer-centric market or marketers-centric customers is usually based on how the customer is being centralized into one single zone. And for creating products, you need to have to be very innovative. And apart from innovative, you have to be very specific about the target audience. And one of the key factors is the differentiators between communication keys actually. So communication keys means you are trying to figure out what is the differentiation. If you can say that if you have mm, uh, an ad based on an ad for a diaper actually. So the target audience for the diaper is not for the kids actually. How can a 6-year-old kid can borrow or buy a diaper? The intended customer is the mother and father or the parents. So these are one of the key differentiators. Uh, if we talk about the traditional marketing channels, the basic marketing channels, we can say that the newspapers, the magazine, the radio commercials, the television commercials, billboards, mall events, or road shows. When it comes to the newspaper, and you can see from a very long time we are observing that newspapers are the most traditional medium. You can say traditionalist medium of going through to the public. The evolution of marketing is largely depend on how it all started in the newspapers way back in the 1900s when the World War is going on. The the newspaper published those product ads which are very new to the public. So it provides a medium of providing information of new products in the market. And second is, you can say, a sister concern of newspaper is the magazines. Are not, as everyone know that magazines um, are not being published daily, but it is rather being published weekly, fortnightly, monthly, bi-month, fortnightly, bi-monthly, fortnightly, or quarterly. So I would, according to the frequency of it all depends. So magazine provides basic information of the things that are happening around us in a more little organized way. As you can see, the lot of magazines that we have in right, started from the Cosmopolitan or the Esquire or the Vogue. Like in India, it's like Femina. There is a differentiation between the target audience as well as for the magazines. There are some women-centric like Femina and mm, Grashobha in Hindi. So if we could talk about political things, if you want to know political things like Illustrated Weekly of India, Covert, India Today. These are some of the magazines which are, gives a lot of information and gives a lot of ads in that. And other is the radio commercials, because the reach of this radio is very wide. But in spite of this, the government ads are more intended for these radio commercial. Apart from that, nowadays, even if it is, you compare it to AM channels, FM channels are more providing these channels, radio commercials. So nowadays also, if particularly in the FM channels, they provide this radio commercials in a big way. And least, I mean, the the foremost is the television commercial. We are always drawn by the colors, and we are always drawn by the visuals and the aesthetic value of any product or um, um, any commodity. So television commercials, in a part of the way, has been the most effective medium, effective way of marketing or effective way of advertising the things. And as the time is coming, we are all, going towards providing more, more attractive television commercials. But as compared digital, we can compare it later on. Okay, but television commercials nowadays also is very important part of giving information, and it is a traditional form of advertising or marketing channel. Uh, if we move on to the next, billboards, we can say that, till now, apart from all these digital and marketing channels, billboards are very effective way of marketing or advertising, because the reach that it provides to the intended customers is unmatchable. So, like if you are in a highway or in a road, and there's a billboard, signifying the importance or signifying the any um, any information regarding government schemes. The billboard is the most, till now it is the most effective medium. uh, and if you move on to the other things like mall events, there are certain area where marketing has been very much effective, like because it has direct in contact with the customers. We can catch the customers, we can converse the customers. Like if you have organized a event in a mall or in a roadshow, the people who come to that are your direct customers, and you can persuade them to use their product or service. If you come to the digital marketing channels, it uses a different set of channels, and those channels varied from this uh, um, the varied from this um, digital ads to others. Okay, and one of the foremost marketing channels are the if you talk about display advertising channels, the foremost are the websites, the mobile applications or apps, video sharing platforms like the YouTube and the e-commerce platforms, which are in very very big way are contributing towards marketing, like Flipkart and Amazon and things like that. And if we compare to that digital marketing channel, the 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 traditional marketing is constrained towards its targeting abilities. Uh, because it has some kind of limitations attached to it, because it doesn't be in the line as it compared to the digital marketing. If you take an example of you can say the accuracy of this traditional marketing channels. Somewhere you can say that you have a target age group of 18 to 25 years, and there may be relevant customers on selected channels. Because if you talk about the cost in traditional marketing, we can say that uh, having the cost in traditional marketing is a big way, like selecting the target audience, then select the TV channel, telecast the advertisement, and reach to broader audience, because you didn't know your audience you're talking to, and spend the money that required in it. And if you compare it in like feedback and changes, traditional marketing, you can say that it's unclear, and it's the feedback loop, and it's expensive also, and difficulty in making the changes. As far as compared to digital marketing channels, it's like instant. You can have instant results, and it is easy to analyze, and it's quick to change also, and it is you can say it's more effective also. And if it is in form of, if you compare it in the form of result tracking, the digital marketing results is very hard to track because it takes a whole lot of time to make it more make it more effective in analyzing the result. But uh, as compared to digital marketing or digital marketing, it's more easy to analyze the result at in a very minuscule rate, or if your activity is very small, you can actually count it. And like if I recap the things in that way. Uh, like in targeting, it is more specific, cost is less expected, speed of delivery it is in traditional, it is very long, but it is in digital marketing it is very less. And feedback and changes, it's very hard to change the thing, but in digital market it's very easy to change it. Result tracking, it's very hard to make the changes because you have to be apply a process for that. And as for the competition also, the competition level in traditional marketing is less because you didn't know your marketing things, and because it is more oriented. So in the end, it is, we can say that which form of marketing is better, but depends on the type of product and company and target customers. Um, we can say that traditional stores uh, can be better than digital because the customer can see the things and they can experience it. Like following an example of CRAD actually. Billboards for providing this download the CRAD app for the credit app, and online campaigns to acquisition, and directly you can say that in the digital mode this is a call to button action. So these are some of the things which we have discussed. We will move on to the next topic with some more information. Thank you very much.